Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught march on till victory is won. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound us march on till victory is won. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Greetings and welcome. Good to see those of you who are here on our usual Tuesday night platform. You happen to not be in the sanctuary of Liberty Temple Baptist Church, but you are here live in the Liberty Transformation Resource and Technology Center, where we are enjoying the fact that our people, our guests that are coming in tonight, are coming in from everywhere to be a part of our special Black History Edition. You want to be here in the place, Liberty Temple Baptist Church, right here at the Transformation Center, 17188 Greenfield Road, the church alive that's worth the drive. And I'm welcoming our partners. Moses is here tonight, sponsoring our event, but my main man, Johnny Turnage, and his wife, Alexa, and Black Tech Saturday are here with us, and we are having a special Black History Edition. of our Spreading the Word event tonight. So we want you to come and enjoy the evening. And those of you who are watching the platform, still share the page, like the page, let somebody know that we're on the air. And we want you to continue to support this. This is our Black History Edition. So in this event, we're talking about the responsible use of social media and artificial intelligence known as AI. We want you to be a part of that. And I've got my main man here. Johnny just happened to be walking right here with me. And Johnny Turnage is the founder and proprietor of Black Tech Saturday. And we're excited to have him here in our house. And his wonderful wife Alexa is doing the work over here. And you're going to hear a lot from him more in just a minute. But we just want to welcome you and thank you to my Johnny. Thank you for coming to be a part of us here. And again, we want those of you who have not looked up Black Tech Saturday, find it on Instagram, find it on Facebook, find it on where else you on LinkedIn, everything else. And I want you to be a part of this wonderful experience. They do amazing things every Saturday. They have it, but they got stuff going on during the week as well. So this partnership that we're doing with Liberty Transformation Technology Center and Black Tech Saturday is not the ending. This is just the beginning. So I want you to enjoy this evening, and particularly in light of Black History Month, we celebrate the fact that black folk have been at the forefront of technology, that we were at the forefront of astronomy and everything else you can think of. So come on and enjoy tonight. Special presentation tonight that you don't want to miss, selling the story of artificial intelligence in our community. So Johnny, in just a few minutes we'll be getting started. But this is some of the people who usually watch my Tuesday night live Bible class, but they also got people coming on who are going to be sharing with us tonight. And any comments that you might have with sharing, I'll make sure he gets it so that we can make sure we do it. And he's a collaborator too. I just found out what that is. His wife Alexa told me all about it. So that means that when we do a collaboration, y'all going to start seeing me sharing a lot of stuff that they're doing. When you see it, y'all type in, and lock into Black Tech Saturday. You don't want to miss it, I promise you. And if I can just have permission to do that, if I can ask Alexa to walk around here real quick, I just want you to know that it ain't Johnny by itself, but this is his beautiful, wonderful wife, Alexa, and this is a wonderful bad couple that really makes this happen. And Pastor Bland is just excited to have him here with us on today. So stay tuned. We're going to be alive in just a few minutes. So again, thank you so much. Welcome for coming in. And you are here live at the Liberty Transformation Resource Center, where it's going down as we talk about social media and AI. Bless you. All right. Thank you all. We're going to ask everybody to come on and get a seat and to be welcome in the place. Those of you who are here for this wonderful special event, we're grateful to have you here in our house. So those of you who are getting something to eat, feel free to bring it to your seat with you. And we are preparing to start our wonderful evening here at the Liberty Transformation Resource Center. As we prepare to get started, we're going to bring the music down. As the music comes down, we want you to put the fork down, the plate down, clap your hands, and make like you're excited to be here. Come on. Show some excitement. Come on, show some excitement. It's Black History Month. Show excitement for your people. Show excitement, amen, for those who are here. I am excited to have you to come to bless our house. I am Reverend Dr. SteveBland, Jr., who is the senior pastor here at the Liberty Temple Baptist Church, which is on that side. And I am also CEO and president of our CDC organization, which our Transformation Center is one of our pride and joys. We are the Transformation Resource and Technology Center. So we are happy and excited to have you to come bless this space. So I want you to look at the person next to you and say, Pastor Bland said, welcome. All right, I can't get to everybody, so don't act like I didn't speak to you. Your neighbor just did it from me, all right? All right, so if you tell somebody, he don't even speak, I just did, all right? Well, I'm thankful for each of you. If I, again, can't say it enough, it is important for us when we have opportunities to share knowledge, information, and inspiration. And tonight, I want to just start by just saying a good thank you to two of our partners in this special event that we welcome here. First of all, let's give it up for Moses, amen, one of our group that is here. Consuela Hardaway and that wonderful group, Dewan Bland, who's got a wonderful last name. Wherever he got it from, that's my man. So if you see something wrong, make sure y'all tell him because he can't mess up the name. I'm thankful. Dewan Bland, where are you? Wave your hand. Okay, he's in the back. He was back there. But I want to thank all of our wonderful partners there. And also, can't say enough about Black Tech Saturday. Black Tech Saturday is a wonderful organization in this city that has been sponsored and co-sponsored by two wonderful people that I need y'all to do more than clap for, get up on your feet for, act like you're going crazy about, because I met him 10 years ago when he was actually a community organizer with Moses, doing a special work as we were organizing, doing stuff in the city. And then he married the greatest woman, I think, on this side of heaven to him. And listen, everybody else kind of feels that way too, but I want y'all to help me. Before I talk about who we are, I want to be able to welcome them in this house and talk about the history real quick about how I came in this. But I want you to join with me. Clap your hands for Johnny and Alexa Turnage. Come on, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Those of you who are out there in the digital world, give me the likes, give me the love buttons, give me all of that. Somebody holler out, we love y'all. All right. It's a joy to have, again, each of you in our space. I'm not going to be before you long. We have some wonderful presentation for you tonight. We're grateful to this space. How's the good feel over here in the multipurpose room at the center? Do you like it? All right. We visioned it with people in mind. I thank you for coming to help to be a part of this. If there's anything that you need, again, we have a part of our tech team who is here, part of our persons who are here. I want to thank God for that. Give it up for the Liberty Temple tech team that is here tonight. Justin and Kylie and Joanne and Nikki, all of you, we're thankful for each of you for all that you do. Let me just say to you, I have an opportunity real quick. I was asked if I could just share a quick vision about how this space came to be. You're actually sitting in the room that used to be the old church for Liberty Temple Baptist Church. And in this space, anybody ever sit in this space before? Anybody around old enough, young enough to remember this? All right. Well, this was the church before that was the church. And so if you can imagine this place with pews and old wooden furniture, as a matter of fact, up under this tarp right here, we still have one of the original pulpits that was here at that time. And behind us is the original baptistry that we had here. So we kept a couple of things to help remember where we come from. History is a good thing to keep, right? And so even though we might have screens and things in front of it all around us, this was the place where that vision was birthed. We moved over into the other building, and that's where we have church now. And then we were having our children and youth church in this building. But I was touched to say that we needed to do more in our community. I had a vision every year. I would do something with our leaders, and I believe it was the first year that I started was 2016. And I asked a question about some of the things that some of our people visioned and wanted to see happen in our church and the community. And I did again in 2018 to do a checkup to see where we were. And in that, I put a vision board up. And on this vision board that you can see here, I developed several things that I said for our church that we were looking to do. And so I'm just going to tell you the things that are on here. Even I'm not trying to at least get you to read it because I know you're far away. Number 1 was prayer as our first priority. Number 2, life-changing worship and word every week. Number 3, attract and develop a new generation of children and youth for Christ. Number 4, healing of unhealthy relationships. Number 5, boldness and faith, evangelically witnessing with words. 6, transformation of our community within a mile radius. 7 was consistent attendance in all of our services and generous sharing of sacrificial giving. And then 8 was write your own vision. When I did the checkup of this to see what we were doing well in most of our areas, and the worst area we were doing in was number 6. And when I looked at that, I also decided to try to do a community survey to see where we were with some of our neighbors. And we found out that we had people who lived within our neighborhood that didn't even know we were here. And so while we started out with a strong neighborhood presence, after so many years, and this is my 20th year now here as pastor, I found out people had moved in, and a lot of people didn't even know the church existed or why we were here. We did an outdoor event to try to welcome some people, but I was troubled by that number 6. And so I did a survey as well to find out what were some of the community needs. And a lot of churches do a lot of different things. Some want to do a gym or basketball, some want to do daycare, some evening care. But I heard a mother talk about how she had her kids, her grandkids that were there, that were living with her at home, but they had no Wi-Fi. And they didn't have a place, and she was trying to help them to do homework without the Wi-Fi. And there's a library that was down the street, but it was too far to work. And then I heard that they were trying to close the library. And when I started listening to the needs of the community, I had to confess, I'm all about a whole lot about theology, but not a lot about technology. So I said, well, this can't be my vision to be able to embrace because it's not something I'm really good at. But it never left me what that woman said about her and the kids. And I did another survey. Long story short, I decided to get a focus group to sit together with me and talk about what would be the possibilities of us turning this building into a technology center. And when I began to start looking at some of the ideas, I'm grateful to have officers and members of our church that embrace pastoral vision. And they used to me talking about things that a lot of stuff we do over that side for all of our generations, seniors, youth, you name it, we do it, music. I mean, if you ain't been here, come to our great service, you know, we do it over there. But I needed to make sure that our faith says that we ought to be salt of the earth and light to the world, that we ought to be a community in the community, that we needed to be a place where people who needed whatever they needed, physically, economic, social, even the things that they need on weekends, we wanted to be an open door opportunity for that. So this birth took place as we began to believe God that we could do it. We gutted this whole building out so that all the pews, everything else was taken out. We started with 0 from scratch, and from there we built this particular unit where you are right now was the first area we started, and up above us is a technology computer hub where we have laptop stations for people in the community that they don't have a laptop or Wi-Fi. They can come and they can do their homework. They can go, they can apply for a job. They can come, they can have an opportunity to do the kinds of things that they would believe God that they would have a chance to do, but they just don't have the resources to do. So we wanted to be a true resource community center. During COVID, we had to stop some of our building and planning because of the things that were happening, but then we opened our doors and we gave out food here. We gave out blankets here. We gave out resources here. People in this community got fresh vegetables and food. Whatever they needed, we were able to give it out right here. So a lot of people survived it. We became a true resource hub, and I'm grateful that we have this opportunity now that we are opening up, and we are hoping to partner with some of our city partners so that our Detroit public schools can pipe even some of their lessons and their planning here, and we can have our after-school program. If you ain't making it in the big school, we can come and do a little less one-on-2, one-on-3 leadership other than 30 people in the class and 50 people in the class. We can pipe the lessons right in through our technology. I could go on and on about other opportunities that we have that would take place, because I want y'all to come back and see the whole building. Because up underneath, we also going to start our own Starbucks kind of cafe. We got a room downstairs, change the old church, keep it into a Starbucks for the community. So we got some screens like this where people can sit out, chill, and not have to worry about running across McDonald's and getting hit by a car. So we're going to do everything. We're going to feed you in every way we can. I thank God that he allowed me to pastor a people that loved the community enough so that we could have the community at heart and be in the heart of a community. So the Winship Community Block Club, they meet here in this place. You ought to see those singers when they walk in here to have their meetings, because they got a place to come. And I want you to feel like you're at home, wherever you are in the city. If you got an event, something you want to do, we want you to come and use this and look at this as a resource. We're looking to do weekend karaoke. How many of y'all have done karaoke? All right. Well, you far enough away from the church that we do Marvin, we do I don't want to call all the names, but whatever. All right, but we can do it all. But we want y'all to know that we want to have a safe place so that people can have a place they can go and entertain. We can do small weddings, we can do funerals, whatever we need to do, we can do it right here. But we want you to spread the word. The Liberty, we call it LTRC, but Liberty Transformation Resource Center is alive and well. So I want y'all to just help me to clap your hands for my people who join with me to make this happen. And you spread the word. Come and see us anyway. I want to say to you, we also just put out, Kylie is our newest addition to our tech team. She is a 20-year-old Oakland University student. Y'all give it up for Kylie back there. She's really shy, but she put out her first piece with us, and it's a social media guide on how we had a lot of people during COVID who just didn't know how to turn on Facebook or get on Instagram or to be able to use social media at all. So she put together I told her, I'm gonna tell you, can I tell you what I told her? Can you put together something that's social media for dummies so that people like me would know how to do whatever? So she did just that, because I understand everything in here. But I want you to know that I'm really proud of the fact that she did a little social media guide. And the first 40 people that can get to her, that's how many I think she got left back there, can actually get you a copy of this and take it with you tonight. And if you're a member of Liberty Temple is here, y'all hold back, let the guests have it, because we'll get some more later on, but I want to make sure you have it. But this is something that I want to see more 20-year-olds having a chance to know that they can use their gifts in the community to make a difference. And she's going to graduate with a degree in this kind of stuff real soon, too. I'm taking my seat as I bring up Johnny and Alexa, but I also want to know, I got a special vote. No, can y'all read this? All right. I know, listen, one thing I push at our church is not just salvation, but voter registration and education. So we believe in it. So it's too late to go do it now. No, you got about 50 minutes. If you don't have it, I'll hold your seat. Run and go put your vote in. I got a voter drop box right outside my church door. But I need y'all to know that we are a people who believe our vote is our voice. And so I thank God for you, those of you who voted. How many are not ashamed to say I voted today? I want to see your hands. All right. Wonderful. Good. Now, this is the primary. If you missed it today, the big one's coming. I want to introduce two wonderful people who's going to bring our guest on, and the rest of the night is going to be up to them and for them to however they want to do. Last one out, turn out the lights. I want to just thank God for Johnny and Alexa Turnage for all they're doing to help introduce responsible technology to our community. So Black Tech Saturday and Liberty Temple and Moses, let's put our hands together and receive Johnny Turnage, Alexa Turnage, as they come with us and introduce our guests for tonight. Come on, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Look at Johnny jumping up there. By the way, he was 10 years ago when he was with Moses. This was my favorite community organizer. That was before you came, DeJuan, to be able to do it. So I'm just really excited about my mentee doing this, being here with me today.
Thank you, Reverend Bland. It feels so good to be back. Oh, it's really right up here. All right, I'm not gonna be long. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But in true fashion, I don't think I've had one of these without one of these. So if you haven't been to a Black Tech Saturdays, I'm sorry. Welcome to Black Tech Saturdays. Welcome to Black Tech Saturdays. Welcome to Black Tech Saturdays. Sometimes we just can't help ourselves. Like Reverend Bland said, my name is Johnny Turnage. I'm one of the co-founders of Black Tech Saturdays, and this is?
I'm Alexa.
All right, so Alexa's gonna join us. She's got a whole part. But I wanted to thank all of you. This is a bold idea. We're trying something a little different. When we started Black Tech Saturdays, it was 5 of us meeting in a conference room, and it has grown to have so many people coming from so many different backgrounds. To me, for tech to be really successful in Detroit, it looks like the culture of Detroit taking over. And I've been organizing since I was 12 years old. So the culture of Detroit is people doing just this, getting into rooms, talking about the stuff, learning a thing, and each of us helping each other. So I'm happy for you all to be here. But forewarning, we're making this up. We're trying to figure out what it looks like to infuse this intergenerational mix. So we've got a conversation on AI and a conversation on social media that I'm pretty sure will be pretty exciting. And feel free to ask questions. If we're going too fast, we're gonna ask a lot of feedback at the end. So tell us so we can figure it out, because we're gonna keep doing this.
Awesome, awesome. We are so excited to be here tonight and kick off this series of how do we infuse social media and AI and all these amazing things that are happening into our communities. Like Johnny said, we're the founders of Black Tech Saturdays. And y'all, we gotta give it up for Reverend Bland for opening up Liberty Temple for us to be here. Y'all give it up for Reverend Bland and his entire team for just setting this up. And of course, a big thank you to Moses as well. If you don't know about Moses, Moses has been an anchor organization in the community, spotlighting social justice issues for decades. So thank you, Poncella, and your entire team as well. We appreciate you. All right, yes. So like Johnny said, we, in true Black Tech Saturdays fashion, we like to do a roll call so we can all see who's here in the room and who we may need to connect with. Through all of our Black Tech Saturdays activations, we've had founders, investors, all different members of communities and ecosystems come out and come together to bring awareness around technology and innovation. And that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna keep that trend going. So, if you would entertain us, if you are a tech founder or an entrepreneur, I'd like you to stand up. There we go. Woo! Give it up for them. We need to see who's here. That's right, okay. Awesome, okay. If you are a block club member here in the community, please stand up. If you are a block club member. No one, okay. There we go, hello. That's right. Okay, good to know. All right, if you are technically talented, you know how to do a lot of stuff that people do not know how to do. You know how to code, develop, build websites, all that kind of stuff. Please stand up. All right, all right. Reverend Bland, you need to start recruiting some of these folks in here. Awesome, awesome, okay. Reverend Bland said he got all y'all on camera. He knows exactly who you are. Awesome, okay. If you are a member of Moses, please stand up or wave at me. I see Andrea and Dewan and Bland. Poncella, please stand up. Poncella is the director. Y'all acting scared. See, okay, last one. If this is your first time at a Black Tech Saturdays activation, please stand up. Woo! Awesome. Thank you, thank you. Thank each and every one of y'all for coming out. This is gonna be an amazing day. Like Reverend Bland said, during COVID, sometimes it's the simple things with AI and social media and the internet in general that we can kind of fuse and learn together. So that's why we're here. And we're gonna have a presentation by Ethan Lloyd and DeLon Dixon, and Johnny will introduce them and just give us a little more details about what to expect.
Wait, so before we do that, because it's not really a meeting unless you meet somebody interesting. Can everybody stand up? Everybody stand up. All right, because we're on the clock, and you know I live by this agenda. You got 2 minutes. I need the people over here to meet somebody over here, and the people over here to meet somebody over there. Go make a new friend, tell them what you do, who you are, and why you came. Starting now. right. Please trade phone numbers. Start passing those business cards. Start trading those business cards. Pass that LinkedIn. Get that phone number. Make sure you save your friend's contact. I'm sure you need somebody really interesting. All right. So as we start wrapping up and heading back to our seats, I hope these were some helpful conversations. There's going to be some more time. There will be more time to connect as we wrap. So trade that contact, pass that phone number, and as we start to head back to our seats, I need the people in their chairs. If you can hear me, start clapping. 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 All right, as we wrap up, I hope these were some helpful conversations. We found our friends. I'm loving the energy. Don't worry, there will be more time to get back together. But this is honestly my favorite part. So as we start to head back to our seats, make sure you pass that LinkedIn. Yep. I need my people who can hear me. You got to keep clapping. It's a team effort now. It's a team sport. We got to clap. Woo, we got to clap until we all back in our seats. Woo, yep. We got to keep clapping. Team effort. All right, the people on the right are clapping. Can the people on the left start clapping? Yeah, shut up. People are clapping. They're wrapping up. Woo, how was that? Was that helpful? Whew. So as everybody gets back into their seats, I want to bring up. All right. So as everybody's finding their seats, I want to bring up Reverend Bland's new favorite organizer, DeJuan Bland. One of honestly, the most creative organizers I've had the chance to work with. We spent a few months together at Moses as I was transitioning out and he was coming in, and there is nobody who can build out a scene like this man. So I want to turn it over to him to say, what is Moses and what's this thing that they do called organizing? Can we give a big welcome to DeJuan Bland?
Thank you. All right, I'm a Kojic minister, but I'm not gonna preach. I'm gonna keep this 5 minutes or less, which who knows? So Moses has been doing faith-based community organizing since '97. I wasn't there. I was 5. But what is community organizing? So faith-based community organizing in Southeast Michigan, if you go, well, we'll pass these out later. It tells you the pillar issues that we're working on: economic dignity, healthy and sustainable neighborhoods, criminal justice reform, inclusive democracy, infrastructure equity. How many people in the room have actually been engaged in any type of community organizing before? Okay. So it's a job I did not know exists until they were paying me to do it. And I thought it was like, yo, you can be black and angry and get a check for it. So what community organizing is and why I love it, why I think it's a ministry in and of itself, is centering the stories of everyday people and building power around it. To get people to invest in their own leadership and go and fight for their vision and their values. That story that Dr. Bland just told you about what he was doing to renovate this church, that was an organizing process. And so I want to tell a story about organizing, and I want to tell it, telling a story about my first meeting that I organized at Liberty Temple. So in 2016, we were having a meeting about voter turnout, and there was a bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds. This was their first election that they were going to vote in. And you all remember the presidential candidates in 2016. They weren't the most appealing people in the world. And so the teenagers, they said, you know, we're not going to vote this year. Whoever's going to be president, whether I vote or rather. And, you know, that's not a very popular thing to say in a voting meeting. So you can imagine that didn't go over well with the crowd. And so a few meetings later, I was talking to them, and they were all talking about just their experience that they had with judges and how that was their pathway into the system, and that was creating barriers in their day-to-day lives. And I simply asked them, like, well, do you know that you vote for judges? And they didn't know that. They really thought if you was a good enough lawyer, you'd just get promoted to be a judge. And I never told them this, but I thought the exact same things. But I just had to act like that I already knew that wasn't the answer. And so we decided to organize this meeting at Liberty. And it was a crowd about this size, and every judicial candidate was in the building. And they were under siege. But it wasn't a typical political meeting where they come and tell us their vision and value for what they're about to do as a judge. They had to listen to what these young people wanted in their judges, candidates. And so, and I'm gonna write this up. They went from not voting to organizing 16 different town halls for these judges. And then they ended their voter engagement campaign with having an early voting party at the transit center. And they got 300 people to vote early in one day. But it started with them sharing their stories and seeing organized, and then seeing Moses as the vehicle they needed to fight for something that mattered to them. So we got a lot of stuff going on this year. We'll get these cards out to you. We'll be back later on to tell you about some next steps with Moses. But that's just a sneak peek of what community organizing is. And now I'm going to get out the way. So I'm going to give it back to, it really is bright. Oh, Johnny is right here.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so enough of us, because we really came here for some fun stuff. So the first person up, as we jump into it, and mind you, the goal is to start the conversation. There's going to be a lot more we want to go. But I want to bring up a founder who I've had the fun of knowing since June. And when I tell you, if you want to see a meteoric rise, like he has started right out of a boot camp, he showed up and has grown and built and started generating revenue and has taught me things about AI. I want to bring up DeLon Dixon, CEO and founder of Think Technologies. And I'm going to sit down and turn it over.
I'm going to pull up my notes over here. Okay. So just to get started, sorry about this, guys. You're good. So I'm DeLon Dixon, founder of Think Technologies. What Think Technologies does is we actually create artificial solutions for small and mid-market businesses. So whether that's like autonomous data analysis, creating like an AI assistant or chatbot, or even generative art will help your business do that. And we also just want to like teach people about AI and help them learn more about it. So that's one of the big things that really brought me here today. And here's some of my contact information. Feel free to take a picture. I'll give you 10 seconds. Okay, yeah. Okay, so just a little bit of history about myself. So, yeah, can you go back to that? Sorry. All right. Yeah. So I wanted to give a little background about myself to understand like why I'm up here talking about this or how I got here. Thank you. Perfect. All right, so I went to Western Michigan University for undergrad and graduate school. I focus on industrial organizational psychology with a primary focus area in human-computer interaction. So that's kind of how I got like more involved in the tech industry in general. I worked at a few different tech companies, and at the tech company I still currently work at right now called Glassbox, we actually created a feature within the tool that leveraged AI, and I was like, this is phenomenal. Like, I really want to like show everybody else about this and like help other businesses with this type of technology. Because right now, a lot of the times it's like the big companies get the new and advanced technologies, and then we get it like 10 years later when it's already like obsolete. So I really wanted to take what I learned there and like spread that to other businesses, and especially businesses in our own backyard. And so what I did is I got a certification after I got involved in that process from University of California, Davis in Big Data and Artificial Intelligence. And then from there, I started Think Technologies. And after a while of working with a few clients, working on a few projects, I actually got invited to be on the board for the strategic AI program at Cornerstone University in Grand Rapids. Woo! Thank you. So what the topic of today is, what is AI? So AI is basically, in layman's terms, it's us teaching computers how to mimic human interaction. So as far as human engagement, human thinking, completing tasks, and so forth. There's two different types of AI, like two different categories of AI. One is narrow AI, and that's like the ChatGPTs, the Siri, or even Alexa, things of that nature. And then there's general AI. And general AI is what you see in the movies, like iRobot. Has anybody seen that? That's general AI, where it's thinking on its own. It doesn't need us to teach it anything, and it can behave independently. Lastly, I just want to talk about some uses and applications. So AI can be used in every single field, like whether it's technology or farming, healthcare, any field, like anything you're doing AI could help benefit you and take your skill set to the next level. So it's really important that you're thinking about ways how you could leverage AI. Thanks. So I wanted to give you a little short timeline of the history of AI. I'm not going to bore you with every single detail in here, but I just wanted to talk about Alan Turing, because that's where it all really started. In the 1950s, he conducted some studies to see if you could tell if you were interacting with a human or a computer. And so a lot of the times there was no computer that could really pass a test to trick people to be a human, but this really sparked that study, or the area of study, so users could better understand computers are trying to mimic humans, so let's see how we can further that, or can we ever have a system that could imitate a human and no one know. And so we went throughout history of trying to replicate that. In 2011, one of the big things was when IBM Watson defeated a human in Jeopardy. That was a big win for AI in general. And a lot of the times we were focusing primarily on gamification, so just competitive tasks, can a human or computer win? But in 2019 is when OpenAI dropped GTP2. So we're actually on GTP4 right now. But GPT-2 was a simple impact where you could say, oh, type this paragraph for me about blah, 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 and then it would spit out a whole paragraph about that topic. And that was fascinating, because before then that had never happened before. And from 2019, as you guys all know, it's taken off and skyrocketed to the next level. So how it works, I'm not going to get into too much detail about how it works, but it's similar to basically how it works is we tried to mimic how the human brain interacts or animal brains interact. So there's a lot of neural networks, and within those neural networks, there's processors or pods, small computing systems that pass information to each other and try to figure out problems. So think about a spider web, and part of the web up here is where the insect lands, and then it shakes and vibrates and passes that information to the rest of the web. Is similar how it passes information for AI, from how the network is working. So some applications of AI today, I wanted to use some examples that you guys probably experience every single day. So I know a big topic right now are autonomous vehicles, so Teslas driving on their own. So those sensors are leveraging AI to function, drive around and move without human interaction. And then next, as you guys all know, virtual assistants. So Siri, Alexa, those are the primary use cases for AI, especially across businesses too now. We have, you probably see a lot of apps or things you use are oh, you talk to our chat assistant or our chat bot and so forth. So that's just further expanding and being one of the primary growth areas. And then also recommendations and algorithms for all the content we consume. So have you guys noticed how your Instagram is being real personalized lately? You're oh, wow, how do you know I like that? Or same with Netflix, it's just continuously getting better and better of understanding and predicting our behavior. And so that's just one of the really strong applications of AI today. And also I want to talk about some things too that aren't listed up there. So one big thing too that everybody's been excited to see is the AI art, so creating images, creating videos, leveraging ChatGPT. How many people in here have used ChatGPT? Okay, good amount. If you haven't, my homework for you is to go home and use ChatGPT and just ask it some questions, because it's quite fascinating. And that's a good example of how you could start implementing AI into your everyday life and just getting the benefits from it. So a big part of AI are the ethics. And so one thing I want to talk about is the bias. So have you guys ever heard of Google Gemini at all? Anybody in the room? So there's been a lot of talk lately about their image generation, and it's actually being biased in a, I'm trying to think of the best way to articulate it. It's being biased in a way that doesn't really make sense. Like when it shows, someone asked like to show the founding fathers, and it showed a bunch of African American people. And so, and so like obviously that's not true, but it's like being over biased. So one thing to keep in mind about artificial intelligence is it's literally like a replication of what we've created in real life. Like everything we've ever documented is what AI is gonna pull data from and make decisions based off of. So the biases that you and I have are the same biases that AI will have too. The next thing I want to talk about on here is the accountability. So as we get more towards a civilization that leverages more on autonomous vehicles and autonomous like travel and things of that nature, we have to take into consideration like what happens when a car decides to hit like a person versus like crashing into a wall and like injuring the people within the vehicle. Like who's at fault there? And that's like one of the biggest issues is like, how are we going to hold the person who created it accountable when they're like not per se making the specific decisions? So that's one thing that is going to be a big discussion for AI in the near future. And then one big topic that I'm sure you guys hear about all the time is job displacement. Like, oh, is AI going to take all of our jobs? What's going to happen with all that? And I really like this topic because I like to use this example right here. So think about farmers the first time like a John Deere came out or a tractor. They're like, oh, we're going to lose all of our jobs. But instead, it just gave them an opportunity to focus on other things and really like have an easier quality of life. So I really think AI could do the same thing too, as long as we keep it in wraps. Next slide. And speaking of keeping it in wraps, how many of you guys have seen the movie iRobot? So that's one of the big things that we have to consider too about AI moving forward is when it reaches that point of singularity, and that's when it doesn't really need human to activate it or doesn't need humans to train it on data, and it can just consume things on its own without our impact. And there is a possibility that it could become smarter than us and like take over the world or so forth. But like there's a lot of different theories. We don't really know what happens until we get there. But this definitely is just like we won't know what happened. We won't know what happens until you get to that time. But because like it could be a case to where like, oh, like this AI is so smart that it doesn't want to hurt us, it wants to help us even more. Like you never know. But that's just one thing that we have to keep in mind is like everybody's really afraid of where that could go, but it could be a good outcome as well. Next slide. So just a conclusion is just to keep using AI and like use AI as like your partner, and we just have to progress as a society to make sure we're monitoring how AI is being used, making sure it's not used to harm anybody, and making sure that it's not being too biased in certain areas, and then also just making sure that we still have humans making decisions and being a part of things and not being completely excluded, because we can't rely on AI for everything. One more. And so this is just one quote right here. It's a shame that our society prioritizes profit above shared innovation, and future generations will mock our progress that was delayed by greed. So this is just important things, just like we got to share like what we learned with everybody, because it'll help society grow and we'll learn more. That's the biggest thing about science, is making sure it's shared with everybody. So if someone learns about it, maybe they could expand on that and take the idea to the next level. And thank you all.
All right, time for a few questions while we transition. Anybody pressing questions? Oh.
Hi, Delon, is it Delon?
Yeah, yep.
Hi, I'm Danielle. So you touched on a lot of interesting things. I wondered if you could expound a little bit on the image creation, because I've noticed particularly with AI bias and image creation, that I've seen a lot more of very obviously generated black images than other races. Like if I'm looking for black woman coding, it looks like a cartoon character, but if I type in woman coding, it looks like a human. So do you have any thoughts around like how we can create more realistic images, or, you know, as a photographer, like, do we need more photos in the model, like things like that?
So just in your day-to-day, it definitely depends on what platform you're using. So I highly recommend like DALL-E to create images, and because it has like a large database and then it's connected to the internet as well. So it gets like updated stuff, because a lot of systems right now are based on data from 2021. And also too, with your prompting, be as specific as possible. So like one thing that I like to do is I go to ChatGPT and I'll actually ask, like I'll put in the prompt for what I want the image to look like, but then I'll also say, write this in a way that could be as descriptive as possible, so an image generating tool would be able to understand what I'm trying to articulate. So like being specific, talking about like how you want the image to look, as far as like the details and like the vibe of it too. Any other questions?
So I'm concerned, what is the career pathway to get into that field? How soon in the school level are they introducing it to expose our youth to get involved and get the jobs and the careers that's available in this new technology?
Yep. I would assume that even like in the next couple months, it'll be more like heavily implemented in schools. Well, I know like in universities, there's more programs, more and more. And then there's also a lot of boot camps online that you can find. But because this field is like so new and like now a lot more people are interested in it, there's going to be more and more stuff coming on like each time.
And how much is the pay? Is the annual pay?
It could be really good. Like it's a good living for most people in the field. And what's just important is keeping up with all the changes and the content changes, because the field changes. Like what I'm telling you this week, all could be completely different next month. So it's just like it's constantly changing. So you just have to make sure you're staying up to date, like subscribing to the right blogs, like researching, using it every day.
So where do you go to get the training?
So there's sites called like Hugging Face. You could go on LinkedIn too and like subscribe to some forums. Honestly, like following certain businesses, AI businesses, and social media is big too, because you can see like their latest releases, seeing like what the new technology is. And also there's a lot of like AI forums too online. So whether like regardless of what social media platform you're on, you could be consuming that content, and then as the algorithm learns more about you, it's going to show you more about what's going on, keeping you up to date. Hugging Face. Hugging, yep.
Hello, how are you? Back here.
Good. Hey.
Hi. So I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a few online certifications that you could recommend? A lot of times people have where it costs a lot, but if you have a budget, so is there free ones that you would recommend just to get started with learning the basics of AI and get a certification if you wanted to apply for a job? Or a few forums that you like and websites that you like that we can subscribe to kind of keep up to date for beginners?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I would say Google has a free program. Google, Amazon, Harvard Business School, all three of those have three free certificates that you could sign up for and go into, and it'll teach you like the basics, teach you like how it all works, and you can do it at your own pace. As far as different sites you can subscribe to, like I forget what exactly the Instagram is called that I follow. It's called something with GTP, and follows that. I'd have to. Yeah, I'll get back with you after the presentation to show you. But that's like the main one I look at to keep up to date with like their latest news. And also like Twitter or X is like big, because like that's really big, where people in the industry post about stuff all the time, or like Reddit as well. They post about like what's latest and greatest in AI, and like teaching you like where you can find the basics as far as boot camps or certifications, things of that nature. Mm-hmm.
All right, so there will be more questions at the end. Don't worry, there'll be another time. This is gonna be the mic for questions. Thank you, Delon.
Yep. Thank you all.
Appreciate
you guys. Yep.
Also, I'm gonna follow up with Delon and all the resources he shared. We're gonna make sure we email out with any links that we can provide, as well as other resources on AI And somebody gave me a nice workbook for like entry into AI, so I'll share that as well. It's a Google Doc to start playing with prompts. All right, so as we transition, this next person, if you were here at the beginning of the month, you've been a part of this, and this is gonna be another new one. And I don't wanna tell his story, but this is something that we kinda, as we were putting together, I realized it was on his heart to do, to really start paying respect to his grandmother. I wanna bring up Ethan Lloyd, former social media manager for the city of Detroit, currently running our social media. And he has wanted to do more trainings like this in the community, and we are hoping this is a good pilot so we can see where this goes. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Johnny. Delana's tall. I don't know how to fix this. I'm not a AV person. I can be on my tippy toes and talk to you guys. I'll make it work. Can you guys hear me okay? Awesome. Good evening, everybody. It is so great to see all of you guys here. I'm not sure, but the knob. That one. Thank you guys so much. The life of a short man is hard. Don't let anybody tell you different. It's hard, and it's quite a few of us, too. Awesome. All right. So, as Johnny said, my name is Ethan Lloyd. Formerly, for the past year, I've been the social media manager for the city of Detroit, and now I am the social media director for Black Tech Saturdays. So, if you follow Black Tech Saturdays, thank you. I appreciate that. If you follow Black Tech Saturdays, you'll see some of my work. If you go on City of Detroit, a lot of that is my work. At the City of Detroit, we scaled it from 50,000 followers to 150,000 followers in the 10 months. We took it from 12,000 views per month to 4.5 million views per month. We reached 400,000 out of the 600,000 Detroit residents in Detroit on Instagram. And over the course of the 10 months, we got 20 million views in total. So a lot of good news there. I specialize in going viral. That's what I know how to do. You want to talk monetization, you want to talk management, you want to talk content creation, that's all great. But my specialty is going viral. I have created a formula. I have tested it out in many different organizations. And we have proven that it is possible for any person, brand, or business to go viral. Now today, we're gonna be talking about that through the lens of AI, and you guys are gonna have an opportunity to ask me questions about your story, and we'll be able to help with helping you guys go viral telling your story. But with all that being said, we're gonna get this thing kicked off. So a little bit about me. I really already said that. But 50 million views, if you didn't hear that already, only using an iPhone. That is the biggest key component. This is not full-scale production. I did it without, a big old Sony camera. Just this right here. Does everybody have this right here? So what that says to me is everybody has the opportunity to go viral if you adhere and take heed of the steps that we're going to share. Now, there is a specific reason why this moment is very, very important to me. So I'd say a few weeks ago, my grandmother passed away, and perfectly fine. So what I realized is because of COVID, I didn't see her as much. Because she was a senior, susceptible to COVID. The interaction was only online. After she passed, I went through my email just randomly, my personal email, which I never check. I only check my professional email. And I saw that she was sending me hundreds of emails going in alignment with things that were going on in my life. Just things that she wanted to share with me. And I didn't see any of it until after she passed away. So that showed me that I got 50 million views. I caught the attention and communicated with 50 million people, the majority of Detroit, but I didn't connect with the one person that I should have. So with that being said, I want to kick off an opportunity where I am teaching seniors how to use social media to help bring the family back together and bridge the generational divide. Now, everybody in this room is young and beautiful, so if you know any seniors, let them know that I'm teaching social media for them. So with that being said, we're gonna kind of jump into this. So gonna segment this where we're gonna go over how to go viral. I'm gonna give you the how-tos of social media. We're gonna talk about implementing AI, and these are all proven methods through my 50 million. If it didn't get me 50 million, it's not in this presentation. Now, how many of you guys have a social media platform? Like you're on something? Hands down. How many of you guys are on Facebook? That's your main platform. How many of you guys, that's your main platform? Okay. How many of you guys, your main platform is Instagram? Okay, it's like 50-50. How many of you guys, your main platform is Twitter? Yeah, it's dying. X is our X app, okay. And then how many of you guys are on YouTube mainly? Okay, yeah. You know, I love YouTube when I'm eating. Like when I'm eating, I can't eat and not watch YouTube, so that's really good. And last but not least, how many of you guys are on TikTok? I want to get more people on TikTok. That's where I'm going to teach you guys a very important marketing tactic, which is meeting people where they are, not where they aren't. I'm going to go where my market is, not where they aren't. So understand when you're communicating with your family, when you're communicating with your community, I'm not going to try to create a strategy to get them to go from one app to another. That's not how user engagement works. What I want to do is I want to go where you are. So if the majority of my family is on Instagram, I need to be on Instagram. If the majority of my family is on TikTok, I need to be on TikTok because people love the path of least resistance. If I'm already scrolling on the app, it's easiest if I just start scrolling and start seeing you. It's much easier to follow you on the app that I'm on than to create an account on the app that I'm not and then follow you. Too many steps, people are too lazy. One thing I want you all to know is the human attention span is less than a goldfish right now. A goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. The average human has an attention span of 8 seconds. Ouch. But that's what we're dealing with. You have 8 seconds to grab somebody's attention. So keep that in mind with the content that you're creating, and that is what we're getting to right now. So these are ways that are guaranteed to grab somebody's attention. My thing is when I create content, I want your eyes to pop. I want your eyes to lock on what I'm doing, and I don't want you to swipe away and go off the app. So the first method of going viral on social media is a concept called polarity. When you hear the word polarity, what word do you hear in there? Pole, right? North Pole and South Pole, two ends of a spectrum. What I want you guys to know is every comment, every opinion falls on a spectrum. I'm either all the way over here or all the way over there. When you make content that embraces the fact that people have an opinion, then you'll start going viral. How many of you guys made a post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter? You made a post and you said, I don't want to post it because people might say this. And then you didn't post it. How many of you guys have done that before? Okay, a few of you guys. I want you guys to know that was your viral moment. You just deleted the opportunity to go viral. When you create content that generates engagement, it is likely to go viral. The reason being is, and I'll say this in the simplest way possible, you need to look at it like the app creator, not the app user. The app creator loves engagement because you're likely to stay on the app longer. If you stay on the app longer, I can show you ads. You're not going to go off the app and go to my competitor. You're going to stay there, and I can make more money. So if you make videos, pictures, that's what I mean when I say content, videos and pictures, that is engaging, that brings in engagement. When I say engagement, I'm talking about likes, comments, saves, and shares. Likes, comments, saves, and shares. When I create content that makes people engage with the post, it is likely to be seen by more people. Now, we just had a talk with Delon about AI. How are you guys feeling about that, by the way? That was amazing. A little scary about the future of mankind and whatnot. But what I want you guys to know is AI is used throughout social media. This is, when we use the term algorithm, that is AI. And we're going to get into detail about that, but that's the first method, polarity. The second method is nostalgia. Can you guys say nostalgia? Nostalgia is connecting with your audience on a experience from the past, a shared experience from the past. If you have a picture or a video that your audience, your family, your community, your following can see and they relate to it, they are likely to leave a comment and they are likely to stay on your page and follow, and you are likely to go viral. So the last one is being first. Can you guys say being first? Being first simply means I say what I'm about to say the first way somebody has ever said it. So if I have a business and I have a lot of competitors and they're all talking about something in the same realm of what I do, I need to look at that as market research. You are telling me how not to talk about my product or my service. So when you look at pages that are similar to yours, accounts that are similar to yours, see how people speak. See how they interact. See how they post. They are telling you how not to do it so that when people see the way that you post, the way that you share your pictures and your videos, it's fresh. It's the first time they've seen it. And when people see something for the first time, they watch it over and over and over and over again. And when they do that, the app, the algorithm, the AI, looks at that and says, oh, you made something that kept people on the app longer so I can make more money. I'm going to show it to more people so that I can make even more money. So we have polarity, nostalgia, and being first. This is how I took the city of Detroit's page from here to here through these three methods. Awesome. And I want you guys to know that it can feel as a consumer like AI is like using us, kind of. Can it feel like that a little bit? Like, did any of us ask for AI or did it just kind of pop up, right? I feel like we can use AI. Even though it may be using us, we can use it. So I want all of you guys to make the algorithm work for you. There is a ratio. There is an exact ratio that will tell you if your post will be seen by a lot of people on social media or just a couple of people. And it is a 10-to-1 ratio. So bear with me while I explain this. If I get 1,000 views on my video and I get 100 likes to pair with that 1,000 views, I am going to go viral. I'm more likely to go viral. Write that down. If I get 100 likes and I get 10 comments to pair with that 100 likes, I am more likely to go viral. And if I get 10 comments and I get one save, that's that bookmark symbol, I am more likely to go viral. So this is how I have taken the city of Detroit's page from 50,000 to 150,000. And with that, I just want to check with you guys if there are any questions on going viral specifically. That was a heavy load, and I want to know if I can help. We got a question right there. If you don't mind, we have a lovely mic stand right here, just so that everybody can hear your lovely question. I heard you. I want them to hear you. Awesome. Thank you so much. And if you could say your name, just so you know.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Ekel. I just wanted to get you said 1,000 views, 100 likes, 10 comments, and one save.
Yes.
You said something in the middle of there that I was trying to catch.
I said that you're more likely to go viral. Okay. Yeah, and this makes you more likely to go viral. The tell that you will go viral is when you surpass it. So if I get 1,000 views and 200 likes, I'm going viral. If I get 100 likes and 20 comments, I'm going viral. And if I get 10 comments and 2 saves, I'm going viral. This is documented. This is proven at the city of Detroit. So it works. Awesome. Yeah, get a picture. You want to get a picture? I want your whole family to see you viral. Good. Good. All right, we're ready to go. Awesome. Now, your favorite app, whatever your favorite app is, it uses AI. And we're going to talk about some of the ways it uses AI. And if you have any questions at any point, feel free to ask. This is not a college lecture. I know I have a podium and a mic, but we're just a community. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll start off with you.
How you doing? My name's Nakeem.
Hey.
My name's Nakeem Edmond.
Mm-hmm.
I want to fix an assumption that I have, right?
Okay.
When I think of viral, I think of World Star or like something that's, so that's kind of infamous.
Yeah.
Right? But it sounds like your viral seems like it's like engagement, something. What do you define as viral to you?
Wonderful question. Wonderful question. Going viral is more views than followers. Simply put, more people see me than follow me. More than my people are seeing this. There are non-followers engaging with my post. I consider that viral. It's a very loose term, but I define it as such. Another question. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. First of all, I praise the Lord.
Amen. Amen.
I always wanted to do that in the church. But,
Amen, brother.
My question is, I wanted to ask you about polarity and what is your advice in terms of being able to create polarity if you are not willing to take it to a certain space in terms of like negativity or things that's like, just super out there. We see a lot of things on the net. Those are the things that usually get the most traction. So what advice do you have for if you don't want to go that route for polarity?
I love that question. What's your name again?
I'm Denzel Turner.
Denzel Turner. Y'all get it up for Denzel Turner. That was an amazing question. That is something that I wrestled with at the City of Detroit page, because at the City of Detroit, my goal was to let you guys know what's going on in the city. The good, the bad, the ugly. I wanted to truthfully tell you what was going on, and whatever opinion you had of that, you're welcome to have your opinion. We have freedom of speech. So through the City of Detroit, I kind of took every comment that came. It went how it went, but I feel like that was the best route. Now, for particular brands and pages, I have clients where they don't necessarily want every comment. They don't necessarily want the negative. They don't necessarily want the ugly with the good. And that is completely understandable. What I want you guys to know is that AI, in that sense, is working in your favor. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but in the comments section on any platform, there is a hidden section where it hides the comments. It automatically detects hate speech. That is content moderation. That's the AI that social media uses, number 2. So it will hide comments automatically that goes under hate speech. But to answer your question about polarity, I think that it can be done in a very friendly manner. I think you can always have a aura of competition and still keep it friendly. An example on the City of Detroit page of a video that went viral that I used the concept of polarity on is I said, when you put sliced cheese on your Coney dog instead of squeezed cheese. People, you heard the comment. People were sliced cheese. There was team sliced cheese in the comments. There was team squeezed cheese in the comments. People were like, you going to American when you should be going to Lafayette. And that is, in my opinion, that's a way to do it in a friendly, banter kind of way. It doesn't need to be, when I say spectrum, don't think political spectrum. Think opinions. Opinions fall on a spectrum, and I welcome all of it. So it's all about how you tactfully craft your post, your picture, and your video. Does everybody understand the concept of polarity? I'll take one more question.
Perfect.
Awesome. Your name?
Hello, my name is Avery Dowell.
Nice to meet you, Avery.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you for recording this. But basically what I want to say is I just, me and Ruel here in the front seat, we actually did content moderation for TikTok.
Awesome.
Over downtown. So everything you're saying is 100% true, because seeing it from the other side of the screen, you see it from a different perspective, So I appreciate you letting me the platform to ask my question. But
awesome.
The first thing I want to say is because obviously you just said we're in the church, I want to establish common ground with everybody here. I don't care about what you look like. I don't care what's on your mind. I care about your soul, and I care about being a leader in the community to usher in the next generation of black tech leaders. So I appreciate you all for giving me this platform. Like I said, me and my boy Alan here graduated from Bowling Green State University in 2018 through the President's Leadership Academy Scholarship. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but that was our scholarship. And I studied and I got a degree in BS from technology. And I am a tech founder. I'm not a technical co-founder. I have a co-founder. His name is Timothy Muskelly. He is a technical co-founder, so we're working on our app right now. But the thing I wanted to touch on with you is the algorithm. and how to use the algorithm to our advantage to make sure that we connect and tell the right stories to touch the right leaders who are going to build AI, who are going to build the next tech companies of the future.
Right.
And it's so important that Instagram has gotten so good right now at delivering you mirroring who you are on the inside. Did y'all hear that? Who you are on the inside. Okay? This is how, I'm sorry, I'm gonna ask a question. So my question to y'all is,
I know there's a question in there, I got you.
Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? And is what we're putting on social media a reflection of the person who we think we are going to be for the internet and in real life? Because the internet is the internet. It's fake, it's phony, it's digits, it's ones and zeros, but who you are in the real life is going to be that. So I wanted to ask you the question, who is, this is my first time coming here, so I just want to introduce myself and get to know you guys. Who is Black Tech Saturdays? Like, who are y'all, and like, why has you being able to tell your story allowed you to go viral the way you need to go viral? I just want to know, because I'm just a humble guy.
Oh, you good, it's okay. We all family.
I don't want to take too much time, but I just want to establish that. Thank you.
Who is Black Tech Saturdays? Yes. Well, I can tell you who Ethan Lloyd is, and we can. Awesome. Don't apologize. That was a good question.
I'll go real quick. And I think to that question, that's perfect. Black Tech Saturdays is all of us. I'm a community organizer turned tech founder, and jumping into tech, it was really hard for everybody who was not a straight white male. And of course, like every organizer, you get people together and you do something about it. We were 5 tech founders just trying to help each other, and we grew and grew to have conversations like this. I think the future of tech looks like conversations beyond just tech founders, conversations just beyond just the people who touch tech, but technology can be used to help everybody. And like Delon taught us, if we think about it responsibly, if we think about it with people focus, and if we lean into it. So Black Tech Saturdays is a community of people just trying to have tech conversations and support each other, get further, faster together. Follow us on Instagram for more.
Wonderful questions. I think we're gonna put the question mic on ice just for a little bit, and then we'll spin the block, okay guys? So hold your questions. I promise you we'll get to you. So talking about the different forms of AI that social media uses. Content recommendations. That is when social media, Instagram, Facebook, when you guys know what a timeline is? Yes, that's when you're on your homepage and you're swiping and you're scrolling and you're doing your thing. You see that based on your past behavior and your past interests. They know your interests based off your screen time, so if you stay and you look at a particular post for a long time, the algorithm looks at that and says, I think they like that. They watched that video 3 times. When I see something like that, I'm gonna show it to them. And then they look at your engagement. So who remembers what the engagement was? What was that? One of them was likes. What's the other one? Shout them out. Saves, comments, and shares. Awesome, amazing job. So they look at your engagement and they say, he's been commenting for 20 minutes about a coney dog. I'm gonna show him more coney dogs. I think that'll keep him on the app longer. And it works. And that's how content recommendations work. Content moderation, that's what we just talked about. That's when they look at specific words that they can hide, that they categorize as hate speech and different things of that nature. They organize the content that you're shown. And also, it also falls under copyright as well. If you guys, this is something you gotta know, if you have a business page on social media, you cannot just use any song that you want to anymore. That's not a thing. Be careful. I almost lost a couple pages trying to play Aretha Franklin and Alicia Keys. Universal wants their money, and they're gonna get it. So you have to be careful about the music that you use, because if it is music that requires a license, the algorithm automatically detects the sound, and they will pull your post down, and they will hit you with a nice warning that says, if you do it again, it'll be your last time. That's how they are. So if you're going live at an event and they're playing music that you would hear on the radio, be careful. If you're making a reel and you use music that you would hear on the radio and it's a business page, be careful. And if you're on your story and you're using music that you would hear on the radio, be careful. I'm not telling you not to do it, because I do it sometimes, honestly. It's music. But be careful. Just keep that in mind. So that is the next form. The other is image recognition, which is specifically on Facebook, I've seen more so, and on your photo album. If you notice, they will detect face patterns, and then they'll categorize it for you. So if you go, how many of you guys have an iPhone? The best example I can give you is if you go to your photo album, it'll be organized by people. And then it does that because it detects the face. Now, what's interesting with that is, in my photo album, there's a baby picture of me, and it detected that. So it's crazy how it's evolving and how they know, okay, he's standing next to this person. I'm gonna put it in the category over here. So that's another one. And then ad targeting. What's interesting about ad targeting is that it falls under a lot of different demographics, but there are a lot of demographics that you can choose from: location, age, gender, behavior, and interest. If I make an ad for, let's say, Black Tech Saturdays, and I go on Facebook ads or Instagram ads, I can see, they'll show me, okay, who do you want to send this ad to? What age group? What gender? What behaviors do they have? And what interests do they have? It's like you're filling out a questionnaire. Now, how many of you guys, when you signed up for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, filled out a questionnaire where you said your gender, your age, your behavior, your interests? None of us, right? So you gotta know it's watching you, and it's watching your behavior. It's watching how you scroll. It's pattern matching, and that's how they have built a profile on you based on how you use their app. So if you see, I'll give you an example. If you see an ad for like, I'll be honest, this is Black Tech Saturdays. If you see an ad for bonnets, the bonnet company said, show this app to people who fall under this category, Black people. Know that. That's how ads work. So when you're seeing it, just know my behavior is being seen, and that's how this pattern was matched. Very complex. Don't be scared, because if it's done right, you see more of what you want to see, if it's done correctly. Now, if it's not, you're seeing a lot of stuff that you don't want to see. That's when you can press not interested. I highly recommend that. I love saying I'm not interested in something, or muting stuff. That's like my second favorite thing to do on social media. And we'll go to the next one. Awesome. All right. Now, using AI to go viral on social media. I recommend that everybody takes a picture of this, because this is how I went viral on the city of Detroit so many times. And most importantly, save time. AI is a big time saver. I don't know if you guys know, but you can go into ChatGPT and say, write an essay for me. And it'll write an essay for you. All those late nights trying to get an essay out before 11:59, it'll save you from that, you know. Now, for social media, though, the way that I used it was for, first, copy. Copy is just the text that you write. I used it for coming up with captions. So when you are, I don't know, representing an entity or yourself, and you don't feel like typing up a whole long thing, you can go into ChatGPT and say this way. And just like Delon said, you can get really specific. Say it with a specific perspective, which I can do. So I can go in on ChatGPT and say, for example, we have a workshop coming up for people who want to learn coding. Write me a statement to post on Instagram so that I can promote an event for coding through the perspective of Black Tech Saturdays. Say it in a way so that it will make black people want to go, and people in the tech industry want to come. Use jargon from the tech industry and use slang. I can do all of that. And then ChatGPT will shoot out, what up, though, Detroit? It's Black Tech Saturdays. We got a coding event coming out. Come through, slide through. So it'll do that. You know, it can get very specific. Then there's something called text to image, which Delon brought up as well. He recommended DALL-E. I've used Canva and Adobe Express. Those are two apps, Canva, C-A-N-V-A, and then Adobe Express. Those are two apps where it has a search bar. I can type in what I want the image to be, and it'll make that image. So if you guys look right over there, I went in and I said, give me an image of artificial intelligence. And that's the image it gave me. Yeah. Actually, fun note, this whole presentation was made with artificial intelligence. So just to really hammer the point home, you can really create with AI, but you are steering the ship as the creative. That's what I want you guys to know. So what are some of the apps, just to recap, I want to make sure you guys are taking notes. What are some of the apps that we said you can use for artificial intelligence? What's one of them? ChatGPT. Does anybody remember the other one? DALL-E. That's spelled like Wally, but with a D, by the way, guys. So D-A-L-L-E, if I remember correctly. So just so you know, don't spell it wrong. What was another one? Canva. Very good one. That's what this presentation is on. And then the last one? Y'all just read that. Y'all cheating now. I'm paying attention. And then the last one is idea generation. This is more simple. And Johnny, actually, I learned this from him. You can just talk to ChatGPT and talk your way through problems. So if you, it's crazy. I don't mean like talk to it like it's your best friend and you need relationship advice, but you can, I'm not saying somebody hasn't, but I wouldn't. But what I want you guys to know is, if you don't know, and I would use it from a technical standpoint. I want to make that distinction. If I don't know how to, go through this problem at work, and I'm a coder, it can give you code that can help. For me, with what I do with social media, I come up with different topics of content that I should create. So give me a list of ideas of TikTok videos that I can make for this event. That's a good example of how I would use it. Awesome. All right, now, I am a social media consultant. My philosophy is I want to teach, I want to teach, I want to teach. I want to help everybody in the room learn how to go viral, but how to connect on social media. I have a proven strategy that has worked for many organizations, many personal brands, many celebrities. It just works. And I want you all, we're taking the mic off ice. You guys can ask any questions you have regarding social media, whether that's for your personal brand, your professional brand. If you have any questions in regards of social media, now is the time. I'll take any questions. I'll start calling on people.
My name is Marvin.
Hey, Marvin.
It's short mic. Fam.
I'm telling you, tall people problems and then short people problems.
Man.
It's just a thing.
No, when you running a social media account, is there a certain amount of times you post per day, or like a set time that you?
I love that.
Better to post there.
Yeah. So my philosophy is, if this post it has the ability to go viral, it'll go viral no matter when I post it. So I don't fall under the philosophy of posting when my followers will most see it. So if you go on your data, it'll tell you the posting time. They are telling you when your following is most active, but what's the definition of going viral? When more views than followers. So you can tell me where my audience is and when they are, but my posting strategy is so that my non-followers see it. So I'm trying to reach past my audience. So if I know my following is always up at noon, and that's when they're most active on social media, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the time that I should post, because I'm trying to not just reach my audience. I am trying to, and it's a concept called outbound marketing. This is what I tell all my clients. I will bring them to the door. You do what you want when they're at the door. That's my only job. I will bring them to the door. Outbound marketing is I cast out a net, I get as many people as I can. Inbound marketing is maintaining what you already have. So if you have something going on where you just want to reach your people, then you should utilize posting times. You should find out, I prefer to do it through practice, you should find out when your people are online. But if you want to go viral, just post. I post between 3 to 5 times a day. That's a lot. Ooh, wow, I know. Now I get paid to do it. So it's a bit different. But I would encourage you to at least post once a day. At least once. When you post, I would say just don't post at like 3 a.m. when everybody's asleep. But beyond that, go crazy, because, you know, midnight, people are still up scrolling. Yeah, so that's what I would say. Any other questions? You want to come up to the mic? Just so everybody can hear your beautiful voice. Awesome, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
So my question is, what's more likely to be seen, the reels, the stories, or your posts? Or should you be posting on all three on your social media platforms?
Great question. I think that at your best, you do everything.
Okay.
But if you had to specialize, if you had a certain amount of time to just make content and post, and you couldn't spend all day on it like I do, I would recommend that you guys make reels. Reels are the TikTok style vertical content. That is when you swipe and swipe and swipe and you see video after video after video. Those are the videos that eat up your whole phone screen. So what you gotta know is when you're taking pictures and videos, I need to hold my phone vertically and not horizontally. We are taught to hold it horizontally from a production and cinematic standpoint so we can capture the whole scene. And that's a great piece of advice for storytelling. That's when, to be quite honest, the human attention span was like 20 seconds. We are dealing with the era of short and sweet. We are not telling stories anymore, we're selling stories. I'm trying to hook you in and reel you in, You see how I did that? So that I can have more time to tell you the story. So I gotta sell you first. I recommend that you guys make reels. So that you guys, just to clarify, there is all of the vertical content that you can create. There's Facebook Reels, there's Instagram Reels, there's YouTube Shorts, there's TikTok videos, and then X has started to incorporate that. So have you guys seen Reels before on Facebook? I'm gonna warn you. You will start scrolling at 8 o'clock, and you'll say, I'm only gonna look at 3 videos. And then 9:45 will creep up on you, and you realize I didn't do anything during that time period. It never stops. There's no pause. It's continuous content. You just got reeled in by a reel. So you gotta know that if I am spending that much time there, then that's where I ought to be. Because I told you guys when we started, the best marketing concept is meeting people where they are, not where they aren't. So if people are hooked on this new thing called Reels, that's where I need to be. I recommend you guys start making videos. I recommend that those videos are shot vertically, not horizontally. I recommend that those videos are short. The reason why I recommend that they're short is so that they can loop and people can watch it more than once, so that the AI can look at that and say, oh, they're watching this a lot. I'm gonna show this to more people so that more people can stay on my app longer so that I can make more money pushing ads. You see how it comes full circle? Where you have to make AI work for you, not you working for AI. So when you understand how to be a producer of content, you can see how we can easily fall in the traps of being a consumer of content, and that's how you can make the shifts that you do. Another question. Hey.
Hey, Ethan. I'll take this off.
Cool.
Hi, everyone. I'm Aaron.
Hey.
Pleasure to meet y'all.
Pleasure.
I do a lot of content teaching about business strategy, product strategy. You've already mentioned the human attention span is incredibly short, and I find that my videos are longer than the attention span. So about a minute long is where I average out.
Oh no.
How do I go about, I know, right?
A minute? Who's got a minute in this
right,
day and
right.
age?
10 times as long, right? 10 times as long. How do I go about packing a ton of value in that first 8 to 10 seconds to either A, keep them on the video longer, or B, make my videos shorter?
I love that question. You guys give it up for her amazing question. That was absolutely outstanding. And that is something that I taught at the City of Detroit. I had a team of 6 content creators, and they had that same exact struggle where all of them had a background in news, reporting, journalism. And they were used to people sitting down and reading their content. And they said, how can I get people to be hooked so that they can stay longer? The secret is the most important part of my post comes first. If I have 3 seconds, because you can, the attention span means that I can hold your attention for 8 seconds. That doesn't mean that I can get your attention in 8 seconds. You really only have like 3 seconds to get somebody's attention. What you have to know is, in my video, if I'm teaching, the most important part, the most interesting part needs to come first. We are in the era of best for first, not best for last. So if I really recommend just coming up with something quick to grab everybody's attention. Start the video with saying something that'll make everybody's eyes pop. That's what I recommend. Start it off, get them hooked, give them a reason to stay. Because the other thing is, if I am more likely to leave a comment, I am more likely to watch the video. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but when that comment section opens up, the video keeps looping, right? We're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. The video's looping, they're leaving a comment, and they're spending more time, they're invested. So that's what I recommend. Start the video with the most interesting part first. That's what I recommend. Hey, great question, by the way.
Hello, everybody. My name is Peggy Evans. My question is, I use a AI tool that I trained, so I have a Peggy AI, and it writes my content for me.
Oh, cool.
So and it writes my content based on the information that I told it about me. Mm-hmm. However, my question to you is, I need to know if there's a subject matter that you can suggest that I can tell my Peggy AI to write about because I want it to go viral. So
absolutely.
Is there like a certain subject matter that's the most trending and most popular?
I'm fully willing to give you the formula to going viral through that. So what is your page about? Is it just your personal page?
It's just my personal page.
Got you.
So based on, and I told it, about my age, my childhood, my career, books I like, music I like to listen to.
That's very good.
So it'll I can say, hey, just write something random, and it will write a post about my skydiving experience, and it'll even give me a picture for it if I don't give it an image. But
it's very nice.
What I want my images. I want AI to write images to go and give me content that's going to go viral. So is there something that I need? Because I can tell it to write about this. And what is that I needed to tell it to write about?
Let's go over the last prompt that you gave that AI. And I feel like I could give you a twist. So the skydiving experience, was that the last one?
I didn't give it that prompt. I just told it to surprise me. So what it did is it went into the AI archive of what I trained it about on me, and it talked about my skydiving experience. But it just made a post about it, and it was something inspirational. Right. But and it gave a great picture, and I took it out and put my own picture in. But what do I need to tell AI to say to other than something inspirational? Because I usually, will say inspirational, something motivational, but what is it, that secret sauce?
The secret sauce is very simple. I think that you need to humanize it. Okay. So one thing I learned from the City of Detroit page is I should not talk about government concepts on a government level. I should talk about people concepts on a people level. You need to humanize your content. So one thing that I noticed with ChatGPT, with AI in general, when I'm coming up with content ideas is it is very repetitive and it kind of looks like it was made by ChatGPT. So I would here's one quick thing that you can do. You can always, I don't know if you took a picture of the 3 methods to going viral. You can add that in the prompt.
Okay.
You can add that in there.
Okay.
Like, talk about a nostalgic moment in the Detroit region connected to a skydiving experience or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they'll connect it to something. Okay. That's one thing. The other thing I would say is I always end my prompt on AI with, so I say, talk about my skydiving experience. I always say, through the perspective of, and then I say whoever I want my audience to be for that post. But going viral is reaching those that don't already follow you. So keep that in mind. So don't say it in a way so that
my friends.
Yeah, your friends and your family will get it, because that you could have did that on your own.
Got it.
Say it in a way so that you can reach those that don't know you yet. Okay. So that would be my recommendation. One last question? Okay. No more questions? No more questions. No, we'll take it after. We'll take it after, though.
He'll still be around, but I want to be really respectful of everybody's time, and I have 2 more things to ask you. We never like to go somewhere without taking a picture. So if I can turn it over to Alexa to tell us what to do so we can have one big group picture.
Yes, first of all, y'all give it up for Ethan Lloyd and all this amazing information that he's presented us. I learned so much. So thank you, Ethan, for just presenting this to us in a way that we can all understand and comprehend, and we'll be back to do another session because that was awesome. Okay, so before we leave, we're going to put our knowledge here that we just learned to work. Ethan is going to explain to us how we're going to do a collab post, and we're going to do 2 things at the same time. We're going to all meet in the middle here. Tay Ford with Heart of the City Photography is here, and she's going to be on the stage to get a group picture of us. So if I can have Reverend Bland and Poncella, please come up here to the front. And then I'm going to give some instructions for us all to meet in the middle here so we can get a group picture. Ethan's going to show us how to do a collab post on Instagram, and we're going to put this knowledge to work, and we're going to get you all home on this nice sunny day. So if I can have Reverend Bland and everybody's up here, and then we're going to all, hold on, just 1 second, you all. Before we leave out of here, we're going to all meet in the middle here to take our group picture, and then Ethan's going to give us some instructions on how to do the collab post. So if everybody just meet Johnny, raise your hand, Johnny, right here in the middle. You don't got to go far. Just come out your aisle, stand right there in the middle. We're going to take our group picture, and Ethan's going to tell us how to do the collab post. Tay, do you need a mic? Johnny.
Can y'all hear me? Awesome. It's going to be I'm really loud, y'all. Okay. All right, so I'm just waiting for the middle light to cut off, and then we're going to take, it's perfect. All right, we took it off. All right, so I am going to ask that Ethan, Alexa, come in, perfect, pardon me. All right, so let me see. So I'm going to tell you, if you see somebody's head in front of you, that means I don't see you. That's what that means. I am going to ask if I can borrow a chair to stand in. Is that okay? Is it okay if I stand in one chair? Is that okay? Is that okay if I stand in a chair? Okay. Thank you. Okay. No, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. If I can ask if this light can be cut off, if that's okay. Which one? The light to my left or to your right? Okay, thank you. Awesome. All right, so if you see somebody in front of you, it's okay to scoot over. So it's a wide angle, so just don't go past this screen TV right here. But if you're over here, you can kind of scoot over a little bit. You can kind of get a little bit of room. Awesome. All right. If you are, let's see. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so I want some excitement. We're going to have fun. I'm going to ask if we can get the hand sanitizer and the water and the keys off the table. And then I'm gonna ask if the mic stand could be scoot over. That's awesome. All right, perfect. All right, we're gonna do three poses, y'all. The first one, I just want a real big smile. That second one, I want hands in the air. Try not to hit nobody in the face. But I want hands in the air. I want to say Black Tech Saturday, and I want y'all to spread out a little bit for that one, just because we can make room for that, and that's cool. So first one, we close in, we family, right? Second one, we're going to space out a little bit so we don't hit nobody in the face. And then that third one, we're going to point. We're going to point to the wall. Over there. Yep, we're going to point to the wall. So we're going to do three. What's the three? First one is what? Smile. Second one, we're going to do what? Hands in the air. And we're not going to do what? We ain't going to hit nobody. Okay, and the third one, we're going to point to the wall. Awesome. All right. First one, big smile for me. All right, big smile. 1, 2, 3. Dope. Awesome. One more for me. Same thing. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. That's awesome. All right, second one. Spread out a little bit so you don't hit nobody in the face. Spread out a little bit. Yep, spread out. You can spread out. I can see you. If you in the back, I can see you. We're going to say on the count of 3. I want to hear Black Tech Saturdays on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Black Tech Saturdays. Perfect. All right, third one. I want y'all to go that way. Point. Same thing. Don't hit nobody in the face. Same thing. You want us to look that way too, or look at you? Yep. You know what? Go ahead and look that way. Everybody look that way. Nobody look at me. 1, 2, 3. Fire. Awesome. All right. Nope, I ain't done yet. One more. So we'll have a little fun with that. So I want you to find a friend. You're not going to look at me at all. I want you to find a friend. You put your arm around them. You're going to laugh with them. You put back to back. Whatever you want to do. Whatever. All that, right? So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Fire. Perfect. I love it.
All right, everybody, stay where you are. We are not done yet. If I can have everybody's attention. Thank you so much. Stay where you are. I see y'all trying to leave. Stay where you are. We are going to make a viral post right now. I think it is best when you learn something to apply it right then and there. So if you have Instagram, pull out Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, I saw the hands, it was 50-50. If you have Facebook, pull up Facebook. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to the Reels section. Click on Create Reel. Instagram or Facebook, whichever is easiest for you. Go on Instagram or Facebook, and I want you to click Create Reel. When you have it up, I want you to hold it up like a selfie. When you have it up, I want you to hold it up like a selfie. All right, we're almost there. If your neighbor is not there, help your neighbor. All right, we're getting a little better. All right, I'm seeing a lot more phones up. Hold them high so I know everybody has them. You guys are doing great. I'm going to do the instructions for Instagram, and then I'm going to do it for Facebook as I do it. All right, bear with me, everybody. For Instagram, you're going to click on the app, and you're going to see a plus symbol at the bottom of your screen in the middle. Click the plus symbol. When you click the plus symbol at the bottom of your screen, it's going to say post, story, reel, or live. Click reel. When you click reel, it's going to ask you to, it'll show your photo album, or you can click camera. Click camera. And then it'll look something like this, guys. Awesome. Now we're going to do Facebook. Very quickly. So you're going to go to Facebook. I know your phones are dying. I got y'all. You are going to click on the main screen. You're going to see where it says Create Reel. You're going to click Create Reel. You're going to see your photo album again, and then it's going to say Camera. So I want you to click Camera. Yeah, that's how you go viral. Once you go through all those steps, you're going to see something like this. Do you guys all see something like this on either? Awesome. I think we are in a good place to get this thing kicked off. Awesome. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to have the most collaborative post in Detroit history. I am going to count to 3. And when I get to 3, I want everybody to press record and say Black Tech Saturdays. Now, I'm going to warn you guys, if you've never made a video like this before, you have to press that button. You have to hold it down. That's what I want you guys to know, okay? We love Black Tech Saturdays. I want you all, when I count to 3, to say, we love Black Tech Saturdays. What are you guys going to say? All right, everybody get your phones out, selfie style. Make sure you show off this loud and lovely crowd. And, oh, I got to do it too. 1, 2, 3. We love Black Tech Saturdays. Woo! Awesome job, everybody. Do we need to do it one more time? One more again? I got y'all. You need help? Here, you come up here. I'll help you. We're going to do one more. Come on up, come on up, come on up. You just hold it down. Just hold that button down. All right, everybody, we're going to do it one more time. Thank you for bearing with me. Everybody ready? Ready? Hold those phones up. Yep. 1, 2, 3. We love Black Tech Saturdays. Woo! Awesome job, everybody. You guys did an amazing job. You're not done yet. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to collab. Now, you're going to post this. So when you go in, you're going to have to type a caption. So say something. We love Black Tech Saturdays. Black Tech Saturdays. You can talk about the AI social media workshop. Say something. Awesome. So after you guys say something, on Instagram, you're going to press tag people. When you press tag people, there's going to give you 2 options. It's going to say tag people or invite collaborator. We want you to invite the collaborator. We're going to go over Facebook next. The collaborator, there's going to be a search bar. In that search bar, I want you to type in Black Tech Saturdays, one word. You're going to go to the caption section. Type your caption. This is on Instagram. After you type your caption, you're going to go to tag people. Click where it says tag people. After you click tag people, it's going to say invite collaborators. After you press invite collaborators, there's going to be a search bar. Click that search bar and type one word, Black Tech Saturdays. From there, press post, and you are a part of history forever. Now, Facebook, type your caption, and it'll say invite collaborators. Click that. Click that and say Black Tech Saturdays, spaces in each word. It's not one word. From there, you're going to press post. And when you press post, you are a part of the Black Tech Saturdays page. And thank you guys so much for your help. If you need further assistance, I will be able to help you guys individually. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, all right. That was awesome. So thank you all for coming out. I know everybody's going to be getting home here shortly. We'll be back with Black Tech Saturdays March 23rd at New Lab at Michigan Central. On the Black Tech Saturdays flyers that are in the back, there's a QR code on the back where you can register for Black Tech Saturdays and find out information on how to attend, and there's information on Moses. Thank you all so much for coming out. God bless y'all and get home safe.